In the headlines, a significant increase in workplace complaints reaching the Labor Division, Dominicans encouraged to play their part in ending the AIDS epidemic, and over $3 million in projects to develop the Sufria area. I am Andrea Lee with the Channel 5 News, back with the details after this.
We are strong, we are resilient, and we will get through this together. But these are stressful times, and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid, but there is hope. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, stay in touch with your community, and know that you are not alone. We're in this together. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts, with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
Thank you for staying with us. First up, Dominicans have been encouraged to play their part in helping the country reach one of the World Health Organization's targets of ending the AIDS epidemic. The 1990 target of the World Health Organization is seen as a momentous opportunity to lay the foundation for a healthier, more just and equitable world for future generations. Dominica joined the rest of the world in observing World AIDS Day on Tuesday, 1st December, under the theme Solidarity, a Shared Responsibility. Coordinator of the National HIV/AIDS Response Program, Lester Guy, says there are huge benefits to reaching the 1990 target set by the World Health Organization.
We do have had cumulatively from 1987 over 500 cases. From that, we'll have to subtract that we've had about 171 deaths. That has changed. That changed from 2004 because ARV came on the scene. So what now? What do we do right now? The World Health Organization, for the past decade has been pushing the 1990 target. 90% of persons in your country who are HIV positive, 90% of that population is supposed to know that they're HIV positive. Out of that 90% of those persons are supposed to be in care. And out of that 90% of persons in care, 90% is supposed to be virally suppressed. And when you're virally suppressed, there's this nice little catch that we have. If you're undetectable, you're uninfectious. It's just a 3% possibility that you can pass it over to someone else. So that's prevention.
The NAP coordinator says based on Dominica's population, it should not be difficult to reach the WHO's objective and is encouraging those who are HIV positive to get enrolled in the necessary care.
Now, in Dominica, we have about 115 persons who are actively in care. Out of that 115 persons, we have 100 persons in care on medication. That's brilliant. Let's say other persons who are HIV positive, when they come in, get enrolled in care. Let us support you. Let us help you clinically. You will be doing fine. So admonishing persons who are HIV positive out there and know that they're HIV positive to come in care. Let's help you to have a good quality of life. But again, let me reiterate how important our whole social aspect of it is important. We need to let people know that we care.
Guy pointed out that the COVID-19 pandemic has affected how effectively the unit operates, and the number of HIV positive cases for the year so far, while low, may not be a true reflection of the numbers on the ground.
I could say that the lockdown have worked in favor of the numbers that we have. For the year we've only have about 4 and 5 cases, if my memory serves me correctly. But again, you have to understand that because we've been on lockdown, activities have been scaled down in terms of social activities. So that is one thing. So less interaction, Number two, bear in mind also that because of the COVID, we've had to scale back on the number of tests that we do during the course of the year. So that could also impact how many positive cases you get. So the less tests you do, the less positive you will get. So that is one of the reasons that probably our incident for the year is also lower.
In more top stories, over $3 million investment in projects for the development of the Sufria area. As regards the fisher folk in the area, GIZ, a German development company, plans to donate a container to the St. Mark's Fisheries Cooperative, as well as a new ice machine and other fishing equipment. Member of Parliament for the Sufria constituency, Denise Charles, told the constituents there are several more projects on the cards to enhance the communities of Sufria and Scottshead.
I know many of you were disheartened when your health center project suddenly halted. I know the importance of having a health center, especially for our seniors. Many of you have to travel to Scottshead or to the Roseau Health Center to get health medical services. But the PS has assured me that that project will resume next week. So rest assured that you're going to get a type-free health center with beds, diagnostic equipment, and so you're going to get a fully equipped health center. We will soon open the Scottshead Resource Learning Center. One of the challenges I noticed in Scottshead that because many children did not have access to devices, they could not prepare their projects on time. They could not do adequate research to present their projects. So thanks to the government again, we have 6 new computers and soon we'll be opening the Scottshead Resource Center.
Charles was speaking at the groundbreaking ceremony for the construction of a jetty, a piece of infrastructure which she believes will bring a level of comfort and security to Sufria residents.
My fellow people of Sufria, Scottshead, Gallio, our wait is finally over. Our jetty will be constructed. No more fears of being stranded in case of a natural disaster. The last time Sufria had a jetty was in the 1960s. This jetty will not only provide an escape route in case of natural disasters, but will also create opportunities for fisher folks, for tourism in terms of yachting. And hopefully soon, PM, we can have an official port as we campaign for in Sufria, so we can receive ferry right here at our bay. So, despite this pandemic, things are happening in Sufria, my people.
Prime Minister Scarrett urged Sufria residents to reap the economic benefits from the jetty when the construction project is complete.
We have a golden opportunity here, and I'm happy that the Parliament has put in place a team of people across the constituency who are looking at the socio-economic development of this constituency. And my hope is that we can come up with a clear plan of how we can use this facility in a sustainable way to generate greater economic opportunities and activities for us here in Sufria and Scottshead. And the government stands fully in support of it. My view is that we have to complement this jetty with building of kiosks, and so people can vend and trade throughout the day and night to further enhance the seascape, ensure that all people can take advantage of the opportunities.
In other developments, Chairman of the Emergency Shelter Subcommittee is applauding Dominicans for being proactive this hurricane season. The 2020 hurricane season, which was predicted to be extremely active, officially came to an end on 30th November. While Dominica was not directly impacted by any of the 30 named storms, 13 hurricanes or 6 major hurricanes, Emergency Shelter's Chairman Glenroy Toussaint is commending citizens for taking a more hands-on approach this year.
One of the things that I'm pretty pleased about is the level of enthusiasm. People are still not taking the chances. So there was a system sometime in August, and in fact, people, while we felt that there wasn't the need to open some of the shelters, people had anxiety and calling and saying, open the shelters because we're already getting some wind, we've already been getting some rain and all of those other things. So I mean, the level of enthusiasm, I'm pretty pleased with it, that people are very much concerned about their well-being and their safety.
Toussaint says increased numbers of emergency shelters coupled with people building back better was a plus this hurricane season.
What is also important as well is that we have seen an improvement in our shelter stock. And that is good. And that is helped by the fact that there are many of those apartment buildings that government constructed, and they are being used as emergency shelters, well equipped in sense of facilities. We were, in fact, well stocked this year in terms of shelter supplies. We had thousands of masks, hand sanitizers, and all of those things. What we've noticed as well that has helped too, a lot of people have, in some way, shape or form, built their own shelter. Some people have built a separate room downstairs, or some people call it bunker and that sort of thing. So people have done that, and a lot of people have built back better.
There was also an increased number of volunteers trained as shelter managers, which coincided with the increased number of emergency shelters.
But I really want to applaud the efforts of those individuals who are volunteering to serve as shelter managers. Yes, we've had some experience in Maria, some have declined, but others have come on board, and we sought to provide them with some training. So with the extensive training in all of the districts, all of the 7 local government districts, with the training for the shelters. We deal with the Kalinago territory separately, so we have separate training for Kalinago itself, and we did the other 7 local government districts in terms of training for shelter managers and prospective managers, even those persons who were not really shelter managers and who had an inclination so to serve, maybe in the future. We also provided, and that was done in collaboration with the Office of Disaster Management.
Tuse believes the country will be better equipped for future hurricane seasons when the regional shelters at Castle Bruce and Jimmet are complete. You are watching the Channel 5 News. Stay tuned for more after the break.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD. All for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
We are strong, we are resilient, and we will get through this together. But these are stressful times, and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid. But there is hope. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, stay in touch with your community, and know that you are not alone. We're in this together. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
Welcome back. An increased number of workplace complaints reaching the Labor Division office since the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic. The Labor Division is responsible for ensuring the promotion of international labor standards and ensuring the occupational health and safety standards are maintained at workplaces. Acting Labor Commissioner Eric Menz says due to the high number of complaints during the COVID-19 era, the division has had to embark on more sensitization drives and site visits to investigate and advise on labor matters.
As a result of the pandemic, the division has seen a significant rise in complaints being reported and requests for advisory service from members of the public. With the emergence of the pandemic, the division has realized a significant increase in persons being laid off and positions being made redundant. This, in the recent past, has been surpassed only post-Hurricane Maria. The work status of several employees has been threatened.
Apart from the challenges being posed by the COVID-19 pandemic, Menz says the division was able to make significant headway on an issue which has been of concern to the Labor Division and local employees.
Another major highlight of the division during this period, the Honorable Minister set up a minimum wage advisory board. And the purpose of the board was to examine the existing structure and to make recommendations to the minister as the board saw fit. Let me inform that the work of the board has been completed, and we are in the process of finalizing the report as it relates to the minimum wage in Dominica, and very shortly we would expect the Honorable Minister to be provided with a copy of the report.
Regardless of the limitations placed on Labor Division staff due to the COVID-19 crisis, Menz says the division was able to provide exemplary service to the public and other government institutions.
We had labor complaints to date, 175. Conflicts resolved by the division to date, 143. Matters related to the Industrial Relations Tribunal, 15. Matters with ongoing investigation, 17. Labor and occupational safety and health inspections conducted by the division, 47. Citizenship applications processed, 54. Persons who requested that their citizenship be renounced, 12. Work permit processed, including renewals, 1,081. CARICOM skills certificate process, 42.
Another notable highlight of the division this year was the transfer of 81 Dominican nationals to Canada for the farm labor program during a time when ports were closed and few people were traveling due to the pandemic. And the local author is hoping to have a meaningful impact on Dominica through the publication of his puzzle book. Ken Joseph of Kings Hill holds a Bachelor of Science degree in Social Management and is currently the project officer in the Roseau South office for MP Shakira Lockhart Hippolyte. Joseph recently published a puzzle book titled Live and Learn Dominica so that both visitors and locals will have a better appreciation for the island.
This book is really based on getting to know Dominica from wherever you are. So practically you could have the book in your hand, sit down at your home, you could be in your work, you could be in the bus stop, you could be in the supermarket in the line, you could be waiting for your parents in your vehicle. The book serves all purpose.
Joseph says months of research went into producing this book, which is strictly highlighting different aspects about Dominica and its culture.
Now I have waterfalls in the puzzle book. I have rivers, I have all different kind of topics. So when you go back to that, you have to wonder about, boy, long I don't go there, or long I don't there. Now you as a foreigner now, watching your friend from Dominica doing the puzzle book, you want him to explain everywhere for you. So it's going to be beneficial to everybody. You as the tourist guy that don't know about Dominica, when you see that first book you book, you want to come Dominica, you in Dominica already. We just having the book, you in Dominica already. So that is just the reality behind it.
Thus far, reaction to the publication has been encouraging, and Joseph hopes people will use this as an opportunity to create dialogue and become more interactive among themselves.
I have a topic there, certain different mangoes we eat in Dominica, and people will be surprised at the names I put there. Now they're asking if that mango there for true. When you go and you ask your grandmother or your mother tell you, but you never eat that mango. That is the, I want my book to have a kind of a feedback where you're having a discussion. Because I'm a social activist. So I want my book to be able to do you discussing with your friend. You go up there already in a waterfall, you go Sari Falls already, you go up there already, and it's all that. So you want to go if you haven't go, and if you have went already, you want to discuss it like you know more than the other person. Yeah. So that is just the idea behind this book.
Joseph currently has plans for future puzzle books already in development.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
We are strong, we are resilient, and we will get through this together. But these are stressful times, and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid, but there is hope. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, stay in touch with your community, and know that you are not alone. We're in this together. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited Flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD, all for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
To end the news, the headlines again. A significant increase in workplace complaints reaching the Labor Division. Dominicans a challenge to help end the AIDS epidemic. And over $3 million in investments for the development of the Sufria area. Feel free to access our past newscasts on our YouTube channel. On behalf of the entire production team, I am Andrea Louis, and to all of our viewers around the world, thank you so much for watching. Join us next time.